system. Put the dream team together. Now we one time. One time. So let the rhythm hit 'em, just let the rhythm hit 'em. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up a little louder, turn it up a little louder, turn it up.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give them the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow. Buying time to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Jackson on 1st down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
The Ravens have 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for 28 yards.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done. And for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. And the defense rises to the challenge. They get him down for a loss of 2, and it brings up 4th and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Burrow on third down. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his
rush coming, and he's taken down. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. McPherson's kick is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I showed my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Play action. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. They go play action with Jackson. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Godwin with career touchdown number 60 as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Right back to Chris Godwin. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation, they keep the football.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Jackson. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Touchdown.
Chris Godwin
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Burrow will throw. He's going to let this one go deep.
And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So the penalty there winds up on the offense. So obviously it's declined and we have a change of possession.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Jackson's throw on target to Godwin here. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. And it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here we go.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
11, Thomas. 12, 12, 12.
Burrow looking to pass. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf.
And he's got some space here.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Jackson. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Austin Eckler, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, and the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On third down, Mixon. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Go. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. 11 Thomas. Shoot. Watch out.
Now they go play action now. Burrow on the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 71 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Under 10. 10. No. 11 mighty.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now left side on the swing pass. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. Touchdown, Bengals. DJ Chark, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals get a bit closer.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 24.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Flush to his right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as he's able to dive beyond the marker. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Jackson will throw again. Escaping the pressure right.
Throw out wide, and he's got Chris Godwin.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Slam.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Mike,
3rd and goal, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of this...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Chris Godwin.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
11 MT, tight.
Now Burrow on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
An extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow flushed out right. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.